If you're a diehard Browns fan and love breaking down the game like we do, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a blitz. The Cleveland Browns are in the headlines once again, and this time it's all about their rookie running back, Quinshon Judkins. After officially signing his rookie contract on Saturday, fans have been buzzing with one burning question: when will Judkins finally step onto the field in a Browns uniform? According to a report from ESPN insider Adam Schefter, there is a strong chance that his NFL debut could come as early as Week 2 against the Baltimore Ravens. This is huge news for Browns fans, especially since Judkins has been surrounded by off-field drama that kept him away from training camp and the preseason. Missing that valuable preparation time might make his transition a little bit shaky, but the coaching staff and front office clearly believe in his potential. And when a respected voice like Schefter says it's likely, you know there's real momentum building behind the scenes. The key here is that Judkins won't be suiting up in Week 1, which shouldn't surprise anyone given the circumstances. After all, you can't expect a rookie running back to jump straight into NFL action without even a single preseason snap or training camp rep. That time off the field matters, and while the Browns could certainly use his talent, they also need to protect their investment and bring him along at the right pace. The expectation, then, is that Jerome Ford will handle the bulk of the workload as the lead back in the season opener, with rookie Dylan Sampson potentially mixing in as well. But make no mistake about it, once Judkins is cleared and conditioned, the team wants him to be a factor. And the fact that Baltimore is the projected debut opponent adds even more drama, given the rivalry and the physicality that always comes with that AFC North clash. Now, we can't talk about Judkins without addressing the elephant in the room: the legal issue that kept him away from football. Back on July 12th, he was arrested in Fort Lauderdale on a misdemeanor domestic violence charge, a case that immediately cast a shadow over his rookie season. For weeks, there was doubt about whether he would even be available for 2025, and speculation swirled about possible NFL discipline. However, the situation shifted when the charge was officially dropped last month. That decision gave Judkins a clear path back to the field, but not without scrutiny. Anytime a player faces an arrest tied to violence, even if charges are later dismissed, the league takes it seriously. That's why Judkins still has a scheduled meeting with NFL officials this week. The outcome of that meeting will likely determine just how quickly he can rejoin the Browns on Sundays. The court documents surrounding the dropped charge shed some light on why the case did not move forward. According to the decline memorandum, no surveillance footage captured the alleged incident, and there were no independent witnesses. While the alleged victim did provide photographs showing injuries, videos taken around the same time frame did not display any visible signs of harm. That discrepancy created doubt, as the injuries could plausibly match either person's account of what happened. On top of that, the report of the incident was delayed, which prosecutors found problematic. The reasoning was that the alleged victim had multiple opportunities to make a timely report while not in the presence of Judkins, yet chose not to. These factors led authorities to conclude that there was no reasonable likelihood of conviction, and therefore the case was declined. Even with the case dropped, Judkins is not completely out of the woods. The NFL operates on its own disciplinary standards, which means the league doesn't necessarily need a conviction to hand down a suspension. We've seen players in the past face league punishment despite their cases being dismissed in court. This is why the meeting with NFL officials is so critical. If they determine that Judkins violated the league's personal conduct policy, he could face a suspension that delays his debut. On the other hand, if they decide there isn't sufficient evidence to act, then the door opens for him to join the Browns as soon as Week 2. That's what makes Schefter's report so significant. His sources indicate there's optimism inside the league that Judkins will indeed be cleared and ready to go next Sunday against Baltimore. From a football standpoint, there's plenty of excitement about what Judkins could bring to this Browns offense. At Ole Miss, he established himself as one of the most explosive and powerful running backs in college football, showcasing a unique blend of speed, vision, and toughness. His ability to break tackles and turn small openings into big plays made him a nightmare for SEC defenses, and the Browns clearly believe he can translate that skill set to the NFL. With Nick Chubb still working his way back from injury, there's a clear need for fresh legs in the backfield. If Judkins can shake off the rust quickly, he has the chance to carve out a meaningful role alongside Ford and Sampson. The Browns haven't exactly been known for offensive consistency in recent years, but inserting a dynamic rookie into the mix could be the spark they need. Of course, there's also the question of how the locker room will respond to Judkins' arrival. Football players are used to drama. It's part of life in the NFL, but they also want to know that their teammates are reliable and committed. For Judkins, earning the trust of his teammates will be just as important as impressing the coaching staff. That means showing up in shape, practicing with intensity, and leaving any distractions off the field. If he can do that, then his raw talent will do the rest. The Browns are chasing big goals this season, and with the AFC North as competitive as ever, every roster addition matters. Having another weapon at running back could prove crucial, especially in a division where tough defenses are the norm and grinding out yards on the ground can make or break a game. So what does all of this mean for Browns fans? In short, it means that the wait to see Quinshon Judkins in action may be coming to an end sooner than expected. Week 1 will likely be Ford's show, but all eyes will shift to Week 2, when Baltimore hosts Cleveland in what could double as Judkins' NFL debut. The storyline has everything: a talented rookie overcoming off-field controversy, a heated divisional rivalry, and the chance for the Browns to unleash a new offensive weapon on one of their biggest rivals. Whether he becomes an instant impact player or takes time to find his footing, Judkins represents both hope and intrigue for this franchise. And if Adam Schefter's report holds true, Browns fans won't have to wait much longer to find out just what kind of difference he can make on the field. Enjoying the content so far? Smash that like button and drop your take in the comments. We want to hear what you think about the Browns this season. The NFL has once again found itself at the center of controversy, and this time the spotlight is on a game that was supposed to be one of the most talked about matchups of the season. In a move that has shaken the football world, the league officially confirmed that the showdown between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals has been annulled due to irregularities that are still being investigated. Fans, analysts, and insiders are buzzing with theories, trying to piece together what exactly happened behind the scenes that could lead to such a drastic decision. It is rare, almost unheard of, for the NFL to completely nullify a game once it has been played, which only adds to the magnitude of this bombshell. Both organizations are reportedly stunned, and players are said to be frustrated as the implications of this annulment go far beyond the scoreboard, impacting reputations, standings, and even potential playoff paths. Speculation is already running wild about the nature of these so-called irregularities, with whispers ranging from officiating mishaps to potential violations of league protocols. Some insiders suggest that there may have been improper conduct related to in-game communication systems, while others hint at questionable officiating decisions that went beyond human error and crossed into the territory of negligence or manipulation. While no one within the league offices is speaking on the record just yet, the fact that the NFL itself stepped forward to declare the game null and void suggests that whatever occurred was significant enough to threaten the integrity of competition. Fans from both teams are torn between anger and confusion, demanding transparency while also realizing that the situation is unlikely to be resolved quickly. This silence has only fueled the rumor mill further, with every detail being dissected on talk shows, podcasts, and social media. Adding another layer of intrigue to the story, reports are emerging that both coaching staffs were aware of certain anomalies as the game unfolded, but chose not to escalate matters in the moment. Some speculate that unusual communication disruptions on the sidelines or inconsistencies in the enforcement of penalties may have raised suspicions, but with so much at stake in such a high-profile divisional clash, neither team wanted to cause a disruption that could overshadow the competition. Now, with the game erased from the record books, questions are mounting about whether those decisions to stay silent will come back to haunt them. Did they miss an opportunity to protect their players and their franchises? Or were they pressured into compliance by the enormity of the event? These are the types of uncomfortable questions that insiders are already debating as the investigation deepens and the NFL braces for backlash. From the league's perspective, the decision to annul the contest will likely be positioned as a measure to protect the sport's integrity, but critics are not buying it so easily. Many are quick to point out that controversies involving questionable officiating or technical glitches have happened before, yet games were allowed to stand. So why? Then, was this particular matchup treated differently? Some argue that the NFL may be attempting to set a precedent, signaling to teams and fans alike that no irregularity will be tolerated, no matter how high-profile the game might be. Others believe this is more about damage control than genuine concern for fairness, with the league eager to prevent fallout from something potentially more damaging if the truth were to surface later on. In the meantime, the lack of clarity only makes the decision feel even more suspicious. Players themselves are caught in a difficult position, as they now face the reality that all the effort, preparation, and physical sacrifice they put into the game has essentially been erased. For many, the emotional toll is just as heavy as the professional implications, since the game carried significant weight not only for standings, but also for personal milestones and career narratives. Imagine putting your body on the line, delivering a standout performance, and then being told that it no longer counts because of decisions made far beyond your control. Several anonymous sources close to both locker rooms have described the mood as one of disbelief, with some veterans even questioning whether the league truly values the athletes or simply treats them as pawns in a larger business machine. These frustrations could easily spill into public statements soon, adding more fuel to the growing storm. Fans, of course, are perhaps the most vocal group in this unfolding drama, and social media has exploded with outrage, disbelief, and conspiracy theories. Browns supporters argue that the annulment robs them of momentum and denies their team the chance to showcase progress in what was supposed to be a statement performance. Bengals fans, meanwhile, are equally upset, pointing out that whatever irregularities occurred, they too had prepared, traveled, and poured everything into the matchup, only to see it stripped away without explanation. Memes, hashtags, and fan-made investigations are circulating online at a dizzying pace, with some even calling for protests outside league headquarters. The NFL, already known for its tight grip on narratives, now finds itself losing control of the story as every passing hour breeds new speculation. Media outlets have wasted no time in jumping on the controversy, with television analysts debating the implications and insiders scrambling to confirm even the smallest piece of new information. Talk shows are dedicating entire segments to the annulment, and podcasts are dissecting every angle, from potential legal battles to the impact on fantasy football leagues. It has become the dominant storyline, overshadowing even major headlines from other franchises, and it shows no signs of slowing down. In fact, the longer the league remains tight-lipped, the more the speculation grows, and the more credibility conspiracy theories seem to gain among passionate fans. The NFL might be hoping to ride out the storm with minimal disclosure, but history has shown that silence in the face of controversy only deepens mistrust. At the heart of this entire saga is the question of integrity, which is the foundation of any competitive sport. If fans begin to doubt that outcomes are fair, that rules are consistently applied, and that games are free from manipulation, then the entire spectacle of professional football risks being undermined. That is why this annulment is not just about one divisional rivalry, but about the broader trust between the league and its audience. The Browns and Bengals may be the immediate victims of this extraordinary decision, but the ripples will be felt across every franchise, every fan base, and every discussion about what it means to play and watch the game. Until the NFL provides a clear explanation, the speculation will only intensify, leaving everyone to wonder whether the truth is being hidden in plain sight. Thanks for riding with us on another Browns Blitz. If you liked the video, share it with a fellow fan, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you're always part of the Dawg Pound conversation. Go Browns!